I have a lot to talk about today. Welcome back to another episode of the Clippers Latest, where we talk all things LA Clippers, quick, fast, and to the point. I'm your host with the most, Brandon Goggins, and I hope that everybody's doing well today. I hope that you consider liking this video and subscribing before I absolutely rip this team to shreds. I'm actually not gonna go in as much on the team, but I am about to get a little negative. So if you don't like negativity, go ahead and swipe off of this video because I'm about to just speak my mind in a very concise tone. Like I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try not to ramble. I'm gonna try to stay within the frames because I know that I'm on a time crunch. I ain't trying to take up too much of y'all's day, but just know I have so much more to say about certain situations than I'm allowing myself to talk about on here just because I have other things to talk about. But I'm not gonna waste any time here. Bradley Beal is out for the season. Um, he's been ruled out due to a fractured hip that required surgery, and that surgery led to him being out for the remainder of this year. Um, First things first, before I get into anything, I hope that he recovers quickly, and I hope that he can get back to full strength as soon as his body allows him to. I know that an injury in your 30s is a whole different story compared to an injury in your 20s, so it's probably hitting him a lot harder than a lot of people may imagine. So I sympathize with the fact that he is hurt and has to build that back up because I'm a former athlete myself. I broke my knee. I know what it feels like to be on that rock bottom and then try to build your way back up. It's a very tough process. And I did that when I was 16 years old. So doing that at 32 is probably not something that's easy to deal with. But with that being said, Bradley Emmanuel Beal Sr. I'm not going to go in the way that I want to because we still got to talk about this game. But brother, do you know that we paid you $11 million for 2 years of your service and we couldn't even get 2 weeks? I'm just thankful we not the Phoenix Suns because they still paying your ass $19 million a year for 5 more years. Man, I could not be a Suns fan and be living with that. Cause I'm mad about this. It's frustrating, bro. It's just really frustrating to me because you hear all the noise when he signed. You knew the risk. You knew the narrative. Oh man, Bradley Beal about to come over to the. He think going to the Clippers is gonna save him. He think he's gonna get a ring with Kawhi and Harden. Kawhi ain't even gonna play. Bradley Beal's just gonna sit out the whole year and not even do anything. Not even average 15 points per game on 30% shooting. He ain't even gonna do it. Man, I heard all of that and more, and I was still like, maybe he just needs a change of scenery. Maybe he's gonna prove all the doubters wrong. Maybe he won't fit the narrative that is circulating about him. Wrong. What Family Feud? Bruh. He said he came here and he wanted to win. And he got here and played like shit. I ain't, like, to be quite frankly, bro. He played 8 games and averaged 8 points. 8. You used to score 30. No, forget that. You used to average 30. This many years ago. You were in the race for the scoring title 4 years ago. And that's probably because he was on the sorry ass Wizards. You do good when you're not playing against dudes that's hooping. You come around some ballers and you shrink. Did I expect him to come in here and drop 30 playing next to Kawhi and Harden? No. No. But maybe a solid 18. 15 at the least. I thought he could maybe do that. But no, bruh. No. No. He couldn't even fit. He couldn't fit next to the other stars. But half of those games he didn't even play with Kawhi. When Kawhi went down, he had a chance to be that next man that stepped up. And we over here depending on Zubats. We over here depending on John Collins. You are the former All-Star. You are who people are looking at to be the third option. The person to step up when the top two guys can't deliver. And you ain't even shipped the package. I don't know what it was that he couldn't figure out. But now I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. Not until next year, at least. When we got a whole different team. And what makes the situation even worse is knowing what we had and what we could have kept, but we gambled, bro. We went to Vegas and we gambled. And the house won. Cause Norman Powell, y'all know what he's doing in Miami? He averaging 25 a game. He had 27 tonight. He's going to make the All-Star team this year. He is. He deserves it. Norman Powell, we miss you, brother. On behalf of all Clippers fans, we miss you. And we wish you were still here. And we wish that we weren't in the situation that we're in right now. Because it is piss poor. The Heat are 7-5. We are 3-8. Probably looking at us like we the damn fools we are. For believing that. Man, Bradley Beal. Man, Man. Hands up. What's done is done. We can't change it. We just gotta keep on moving forward. The world gonna keep spinning. One monkey don't stop no show. We gotta find ways to improve, and that's just gonna have to be without Bradley Beal. And that progress starts with winning basketball games, which we did not do tonight because we got absolutely cooked by Nikola Jokic. 55? 55? Wow. Let's talk about this game, bro. I like to keep these videos around 15 minutes. I'm already over halfway there. But I feel like I feel like that rant was necessary. But I'll try to go fast on you guys' behalf. We started Harden, Dunn, Collins, Derrick Jones Jr., and Big Zoo. Denver pulled out Murray, Brown, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic, of course. We got off to a strong start. We were forcing turnovers, getting good looks, looking like we had energy for once. And then, of course, all good things come to an end. For us, it's a very expedited process, so that ended very quickly. Flipped. We let them go on a run, gave them easy buckets, and we even let Jokic get a wide open dunk down the lane, bro. He does not, bro. His big ass don't dunk. What are we doing, yo? I don't know, man. But Ty Lue might be listening to us, or at least somebody else on the coaching staff, because Kobe Sanders got some first quarter minutes. And what was the first thing he did? Cashed a wing three on his first shot of the game. I was like, what? What? Ty Lue just put in a young guy and believed in him? And the young guy that's been waiting for this moment actually came in and did something? Wow. Zoo was beasting on the glass, getting second chance points, hustle plays, everything, getting in the nitty gritty. But then we started throwing up some BS. And Denver started making some BS. And then next thing you know, we down 10. Just like that. And then at that point, we saw even more young guys. Cam Christie and Jordan Miller checked in. I was just dumbfounded. I was like, really? In the first quarter? I guess it took Bradley Beal getting hurt and being out for the season for Ty Lue to realize we've got young talent that need and are ready to get the reps. Excuse me. Got me turned, bro. I'm finna lose my voice tomorrow, and it is gonna be what it is. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't, bro. Jokic had 25 in the first quarter. Meanwhile, Brook Lopez racked up 3 fouls in 4 minutes. So, yeah, there was that. But Jordan Miller hit a half-court buzzer beater for his first points of the year. So that gave us something to look forward to as we headed into the second quarter. I was like, hell yeah. So second quarter, we were buzzing. Jordan Millers, Kobe Sanders, we had Bogey in there, we had Batum in there, we had Lopez in there. That unit was cooking together. I heard the announcer say that a group ain't never played together in a game nor practice. And they were moving like a well-oiled machine. Like a unit. Jordan Miller hit a 3. Bogey hit back-to-back 3s. We turned defense into offense. We had them discombobulated. We went on a 13-0 run. Tyronn Lue, do you see what happens when you mix young energy with veteran leadership? Good things can happen. So Kobe Sanders hit another 3, and then another one. I almost hit the floor. I almost fell out my seat, man. I was like, wow, man. Wow. Then they cut to this little segment of him, walking in with some Dunkin' Donuts for the team, I guess doing some rookie duties. I was like, y'all ain't have to show that. But shout out to Kobe Sanders, man. Everybody got to pay their dues. But then, all seriousness kicked in when Denver put in their main guys and they cut the lead down quickly. Jokic kept on cooking. I was at that moment, I was like, shoot, let him cook. If ain't nobody else eating, so be it. Jamal Murray wasn't doing nothing. Aaron Gordon wasn't doing nothing for real. I was like, so be it. Dunn had a nice and one. Harden got to the line. We finished the half up 5. And I was just praying that we would hold on, bro. And y'all know how we do in the third quarter. Denver came out ready to roll, man. They tied it up very quick. Coming out of the timeout, Harden threw up a clean lob to Derrick Jones Jr. That looked beautiful. And that was pretty much the last of our good basketball that we were playing. Because that's when things fell apart. Dunn picked up his 5th foul, closing up on Tim Hardaway Jr., who it wasn't even bad enough that Chris Dunn got his 5th foul. But Tim Hardaway Jr. also hit the free throw. Then he hit another one after that. And then Jokic hit one. And then you look up at the scoreboard, you're like, man, what's going on? Now we're down 14. We were up 5 at the half. Bro, Jokic just continued to literally dominate, bro. He was on demon time. Like, I don't know. He had 50 points and 11 rebounds before the third quarter even ended. So, yeah. There was still a sliver of hope until Jamal Murray hit a buzzer-beating floater, causing us to enter the 4th down 16. And I was hoping that, we could get to cooking in the 4th, maybe get that lead down just a little bit, inch our way back in the game. We indeed did not cook in the 4th, and we found ourselves down 20 with 8 minutes left. And that was pretty much the game. So, yeah. We outscored them in the 4th quarter by 2. But only because they took out most of their starters. And like I said, it was only by 2. For perspective, we got destroyed 43-22 in the third quarter. So can't really survive that. Our energy after halftime just disappears like the monsters in Space Jam. Like it just like it just, I don't know what happens, bro. I don't know what happens at halftime to where we just come out with no energy and like we just get our asses beat. Like I don't really get it. But we lost by 14. We couldn't cut the deficit. And that was that on that. So yeah, cheers to that. I guess if we had any silver linings, Jordan Miller had 22 points. Amazing. Definitely proved that he should be getting minutes on this team. Kobe Sanders only had 9, but he still had some really good minutes, and I think that there could be some more there. Harden had 23, 8 and 5. Zubats had 18 and 9. Those were the other high performances of the game. But the highest performance of the night league wide was Jokic. We let him drop 55, 12, and 6. You know, my thought was that, like, you know, if we were going to let him score, you know what I'm saying, but not let him play make, then, like, we could still come out with a win. But when you don't get back on defense, you keep turning the ball over, you don't match energy, you do all these things to, you know, self-sabotage, you're going to lose anyway. So what does it even matter, bro? First half was beautiful. I loved it. The young guys, they showed heart, they showed energy, they showed impact, potential, all of it. You know, Ty Lue finally let them rock, and it paid off. But we need more than a half of good basketball. That's what we're allergic to the gas pedal. I'm going to say it every game until we're not. Until I'm proven wrong, I'm going to say it every game. You know what I'm saying? We need more than a half of good basketball. Hopefully Lou sees that the young guys deserve some real minutes. And hopefully this just wasn't a one-time thing. Because we need the numbers and we need the energy. We need something's got to give, yo. Something's got to give. And these guys are hungry. They're ready to prove themselves. They're trying to earn their spot in the league. They're trying to make a name for themselves. So why not let them rock out? Especially now that 2 of your players are hurt. I don't know when Kawhi is coming back, but we know Bradley Beal's not coming back. So we need somebody to step up. I don't know if we plan on trading or making some moves, but right now we got to work with what we got. And what we got is young guys that are ready to make something shake. So why not let them shake? You feel me? But anyways, it's time to pack our bags because we're going on a 6-game road trip. Actually, I think it's 7. I'm pretty sure it's 7. That's just what we need right now. We're starting off in Dallas against the Mavericks, who have also been severely underperforming. So I guess it's just going to be a battle of who underperforms the most. I'll be excited to see that unfold. But until then, that's going to do it for this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below about however you feel about this game. The bright spots, the low spots, the Jordan Miller of it all. You know, what are your thoughts on it? And then also leave your thoughts on Bradley Beal's injury. How do you feel personally? And like I said, the comment section is a open floor. Feel free to say whatever you want. Anything is welcome. If you're with it, if you're against it, I don't care. Leave your thoughts. This is a safe place. It's a safe space. But I'm gonna get out of here and hope that my voice doesn't disappear in the morning. But hope that all of y'all have a great day. Y'all always be easy, stay sleazy, and keep it P. Click gang or don't bang always. You know, even if we are in this severe slump right now, you know, something's got to give eventually. So hopefully we can make something work. But I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Y'all take it easy. Peace.